Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to Arco Ranch. If you're new here, we're gardening in north central Texas in what is considered Zone 8B now. It is the end of May and I'm ready to go ahead and give you all a tour of how my garden's doing. We're going to start with the beds inside the garden fence. So we have 6 4-foot by 4-foot raised beds surrounded by pea gravel, which has been a game changer when it comes to weeds in the walkway. So let's go ahead and we'll start with this first one right here. This is the sage plant. It has already flowered. You can see some of the purple bluish flowers right there. I have been saying I was going to trim this and I still have not done so. As you can see, it is a huge centerpiece in this bed. The peppers around the sage plant are getting pretty tall and there are actually flowers on them. I thought about pulling them off like I normally do, but I think I'm just gonna leave them and see what happens. So these ones right here, I'm not sure what kind they are. I had a mix up with my labels. So this one right here is a purple lilac bell pepper. This one is an Anaheim chili. We have a basil right here. This one is the sweet Italian basil. We have a couple more pepper plants right here. You can see all the little buds on them. We have a lemon basil right here that is actually starting to flower, but it looks like the ants have taken over down there, so I don't know what's going to happen to this plant right here. We have a few more pepper plants. We have a poblano that's gotten really tall, and then we have a jalapeno over there and a habanero down there at the end, and then a few carrots that we've left in the ground when we harvested our carrots coming up right there in the middle. So far they're doing okay. Like I said, I still need to trim that sage plant and then fertilize all the pepper plants on the outside. Over here in this bed, we have some beans in the front. I'll put the exact name in there, Thai soldier beans. Our marigolds behind that are doing really good. The nasturtium plant that we started from seed inside is doing excellent. The seeds I planted on that side and that side have not popped up at all. We do have 3 dark green zucchinis. That third one right there never came up. And then we have marigolds in the back. And I still need to take care of those ants. They've gotten a huge mound over there in the corner of the garden. Moving over here, we have 2 different kinds of zinnias on the left side. I'll put a picture on the screen. We have half of it in one variety, and then the other half I'll put on the screen right now on the right side on this corner. So a bunch of zinnias. I should have topped them. I didn't. I think I'm probably just gonna leave them. And I also never put the new seeds in where they didn't pop up. Whoops. Back here on this side of that bed, we have peppers. We have 3 pepper plants on the back with marigolds in the middle. These ones are basils, these bigger ones right here. This one and that one right there. I'm not sure what kind of basil. But then we also have peppers and marigolds down here in the front. I need to fertilize these as well, but they are starting to get lots of flowers on them. Over here on this plant, I have something pretty exciting to show y'all. So this is a swallowtail caterpillar. Oh, there it is. This is my dill plant, which is a host plant for these kind of caterpillars and butterflies. So I am not going to remove it at all. I'm going to leave it there and hopefully even maybe get some more, because that is beautiful and exactly what I want to see in my garden. My fig bush is getting huge, which I have decided next year or this fall I am going to be removing this from the big garden bed in the middle. We do have some marigolds and some blueberries. I have 3 different kinds. I think an Aquiline, and then I have a Tift Blue, and then I have another one over there in the corner. So my honeysuckle is starting to grow up onto my trellis, almost all the way to the top. So that's really nice. Here's a picture of the honeysuckle that I have, a gold flame honeysuckle. This is a chamomile. Looks like it needs a little bit of water. But I am going to have more honeysuckle flowers. You can see the buds over here. I'm also noticing, you guys probably won't be able to tell, but I have a spider that's made a huge web in the center of my trellis, and it's catching lots of bugs. I don't see the spider, but I'm just going to leave it there and let it do its thing. That bed's kind of a mess. We'll do that one last. We'll go ahead and go to this one. This one right here has 3 different kinds of zinnias. I'll put them on the screen right now because I forget the varieties. But you can see these are getting pretty big. And we do have marigolds right there. And then look at how tall our tomato plants have gotten. Let me come over here. So we have 1 tomato right there. And then I did actually just notice this one over here. And then there may be a few more on the plant. But the plants are getting pretty decent sized. Oh, actually, oh, look what I just saw. Get down here. We actually have a pretty big tomato right there. That's exciting. So yeah, these are doing really, really good. Now over here in this bed, there are also 3 tomato plants back there, but they're kind of hard to see. They're big rainbow and black from Tula. I don't see any tomatoes on those ones, and I need to try to stake those ones up. The oregano, I need to just trim back probably all the way to the ground because you can see all that new stuff growing at the base. So yeah, I might go through and just cut all this off. Same thing with the parsley. I'm going to have a lot of volunteer parsley probably. I need to quickly get out here and trim this. I know I've been saying this since last garden tour, but this time it's actually affecting the plants underneath. I do have 2 dill plants down there. I can't tell if there's any caterpillars on there or not. And then I do have my basher buttons are actually getting ready to bloom. So that's going to be really exciting. There's some yarrow and a Cosmo back there somewhere. If they're still alive. I don't know. Oh, and then we have this little chamomile right here as well. Oh, 2 chamomiles. One behind it as well. I do have 2 more things inside the garden fence to show y'all, and then we'll go on the outside of the garden fence. On my massive fig plant, I do actually have figs growing, or at least a couple. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, as you can see, this has just gotten way too big and needs to be planted somewhere else. So the last area inside the fence here I want to show you is my corn and sunflowers here. Still doing pretty good. These ones don't have the best drip in this area. We haven't really fixed that yet, but they are still alive with all the rain that we've been getting. They go all the way down. On the other side of the garden fence, this is what I'm looking at right now. A random white flower that's a weed, but it's beautiful. Most of my larkspur is already going to seed, but you can still see tons of... Oh, there's a hummingbird! Oh my goodness. Can you... Oh, I hope y'all saw that. But also over there, there is a black-eyed Susan starting to come up. So hopefully we'll get a bunch of those over there. We'll go ahead and start on the left side of the gate here. So we have a bunch of Dusty Miller. I've never had Dusty Miller get this tall. This is so beautiful. We have a salvia with a weird caterpillar. Something's going on with that. But all this salvia that you see back here is stuff I grew from seed inside. So I'm pretty happy with that. This right here is my rose of Sharon. And if you look, the ants are starting to feast on my flowers before they've even opened. Here's one flower getting ready to open, and you can see it's actually covered with buds, but it's also covered with ants as well. So that's kind of a shame. My larkspur, you can see most of it is going to seed here, but that's okay. I'll actually take this and shake it over the bed once they're completely ready to harvest. That way they'll just self-seed next year. So these dusty millers underneath this hibiscus are looking a little rough. So I might actually have to either water those better or possibly move them. I do have a calla lily coming up back there. This hibiscus has gotten huge and it is starting to bud up. All of the tops look like they're starting to get buds on them. So this is completely over the garden fence now. We have some more salvia, some Pavonia rock roses, and then this is my climbing America rose right here. Oh, it looks like the alyssum died, unfortunately. Over here on this side, we still have the daddy blue petunia. Beautiful flower. This is my white rose right here. I don't know the variety because it was supposed to be a climbing America rose, but you can see it's a different color. You can see it also has like these little pink dots on it. And this is the Pavonia rock rose section right here. You can see all the little pink buds. We got a salvia. Dusty millers are looking really good on this side. My ornamental onion or allium is not throwing up any bloom stalks yet. This yarrow, look how beautiful this is. So when it first opens up, it's more of like this color, and then as it opens up, it looks a little bit lighter. Look at that tiny little grasshopper right there. This is my head over heels hibiscus, and these together look so pretty. This dusty miller is looking a little rough on the side. It might not be getting enough water. We have my lemongrass right there. The irises are done, I think, completely. And I am dealing with a fungus on them, so I do need to research and figure out what to do with those. I forgot to show in the last one the hen and chicks that I planted. I planted them in several different areas. That one looks like it's doing okay. This one looks like I might have lost a couple down there, but it's still alive, so we'll see how that does. Lots of weeds with all the rain, and then this lemongrass has gotten pretty big. Now we're over here on the side where the Beverly Rose is. This has already bloomed so much. You can see all where the dead ones were. I need to come through and cut all those off. But you can also see all this new growth right here and more buds opening up and right there as well. So Beverly Rose is still doing really, really good. My lemon balm smells amazing and is doing good. Calla lilies are coming back. This is like the third, maybe even, probably third year coming back, so that's exciting. I love the lobelia and the pink petunias. I think those are so pretty together. The peony is starting to do what it normally does, where it comes up, looks good, then starts looking bad right before it dies. So who knows? This is one of my irises. It looks like it's going to seed, so I'm definitely going to try to save that and see if I can grow an iris from seed. Is that even possible? I have no idea. We have different salvias mixed in here that I started from seed. Now, if you've been with me, you know that I have all these irises in the back of these beds as well. So I might actually be taking those out and just doing larkspur instead. So let me know, what do you think? You know, I have the iris bed over there, and if I take out all of these irises, I might actually be able to do an iris bed along that side of the fence over there on the garden, on the right side of the garden. Let me know down in the comments what you think. We do have some beautiful zinnias. These ones have actually been open for a while, but we have new ones getting ready to bloom. I definitely need to deadhead the pincushion flowers. I do like the seed pods after they're done blooming. That is really, really cool. We'll actually get some more blooming down there. But I do like the seed pods, and the flowers, of course, are absolutely beautiful. And these I planted when I first put these beds in, so they've been probably 3-4 years. and they haven't died. They've been covered in snow, and they've done great, and they've naturalized and gotten a lot bigger also. Some more salvia, and then this petunia, I forgot, what is this one called? This one's the sugar daddy petunia. And then we have more calla lilies over here. The rose that my sister gave me has gotten huge, but I am not seeing any buds on it at all whatsoever. So I don't know, and it's kind of got a weird growth habit. It's growing all along over there. But I'm waiting to see what it's going to do. This is probably one of my favorite areas right now in the garden. So we have the Dusty Millers. Behind that we have a row of zinnias. And then behind that we have a row of salvias. The zinnias and the salvia I grew from seed inside. And I just think this area is just absolutely beautiful. Let's take a closer look. So we have different colored zinnias. We have this pink color, and then this beautiful orange color. And then behind it, I mean, look at these two together. The salvia and the zinnia. Beautiful. This zinnia is looking a little rough, so I'm not sure about it. This is that other rose. It's smaller. It goes up this way, and then it kind of goes off this way all crazy. Still no buds on it. I got more calla lilies popping up back there. A petunia down there somewhere. The beautyberry is going to start making its berries soon. So that's exciting. It should be covered in them. It's gotten pretty big. Let me show you. Pretty huge. Followed by more zinnias, and then my Datura Devil's Trumpet down here. You can see seed pod. It's very spiky. I was going to try to show you the seeds in it. There's all the seeds inside of there. And that's everything in the garden area. I definitely have to make sure I update y'all with how my corn is doing. Now, there are some sunflowers back there and some zinnias, very few. I have been very bad at not going back and re-sowing seeds that needed to be sown. So I might still get to them, I might not. It's not too late. I could totally still do it. I'm just pretty far behind. But let's take a closer look at this area. Look at this, you guys. Look how tall it is. It's probably at least 2 feet tall. And there's just so much of it. I'm not sure what that is growing in the hole. I don't know. But look at all the corn. A lot of that is weeds that you're seeing. The sunflowers, I only did that one batch of them. So there's still only 25. My husband just watered everything. But lots of weeds back here. And then the zinnias that we all planted together. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Probably 15 of them total. All the way down. But I absolutely love this, you guys. And then while we're over here, we have all of these growing back here. I absolutely love these. So although I haven't done a good job planting the in-ground garden, it is actually proving that it is going to work. So I am so excited, and I just need to get out here and plant the rest of those holes, and then we'll actually get a bunch of zinnias, a bunch of sunflowers. But at least for sure we're gonna get, well, hopefully, pretty sure we're gonna get a bunch of corn. So now I want to show y'all my peach tree. Looks a little rough, so let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. As you can see, she is looking really rough. So I guess I did a really bad job pruning it this year. Thank goodness I cut this big one that was right there, pointing straight towards me out, or I wouldn't be able to access any of it. But you can see there are peaches all over it. I also have not come out to thin this either, but this branch is completely touching the ground. My husband tried to tie the branch up, but I think it's too late for that. So I don't know if I'm going to do it now or wait till fall, But my plan is, so you can see this branch, that branch, and that branch. So I'm probably going to cut all of those off. And then what will happen is, if you follow it up, the next section of branches are like right here. And I think that would be better. It looks like maybe even, no, we could probably get that one to grow better next year. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to cut all those bottom branches off and then let these become like the new leaders and get thicker. And watch a few more videos on how to prune peach trees, because I definitely didn't do that correctly. Now, so far, I think we're still going to actually get peaches, and we haven't seen any raccoons or squirrels over here messing with the tree. So fingers crossed we do actually get peaches. But it would be best for me to prune a good amount of these peaches off and then put those like organza bags around them. My sister did that to prevent the bugs and stuff from getting her fruit. And so that's what I should be doing, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that. So we'll see if that happens or not. So now we're gonna go over and look at the 3 beds that are behind the house that are over by the new chicken coop. And there's a few other things over there I'd like to show y'all as well. So this is probably the fullest that these beds have ever looked. This one over here, we put some watermelons in it. And then I did plant some cosmos. This one is actually about to bloom. I didn't come out and water, so the other cosmos are looking a little rough. But in here we have Charleston gray watermelons. And, oh, lost it. Crimson sweet watermelons. And I was actually noticing some flowers on there. No fruit growing just yet, but probably soon. Over here we have, this one is the cantaloupe. This one is the gray striped. Looking a little rough. Oh, these are the amaranths that I started inside. The Love Lies Bleeding amaranth. I think this is all Gomphrena that's popping up from last year. This one right here is a yellow straight neck, and this is the patty pan. So outer leaves still looking a little rough. Still haven't fertilized these, unfortunately. I am kind of a lazy gardener, but I do have new leaves growing on all of them. The cosmos over here are looking really sad. I don't know if those are going to recover or not, but this squash plant has flowers all over it, you can see. Let me see. This one, if I can find my tag, this one's a watermelon. It is a Jubilee watermelon. This one on this side is a black diamond watermelon, and there are flowers all over it as well. I don't want to put it back in the bed. It could come out on the floor, but I'm going to try to keep it in there. And then over here, we do have those glads coming up. Got some bug damage on them, but they are still growing. So we were just over there, and this is the bed that I threw all that random stuff in. Here's a closer look. You can see the cosmos on the right up there. We got some tomatoes in there. I see some dill, peppers. I see zinnias, Swiss chard, some opal basil up there, and then it looks like some more tomato plants over here, and then a lot of weeds as well. Everything I just showed you has kind of basically only gotten watered from the rain. I think I have watered it a couple times, but most of the times I haven't. I've just been letting the rain do it. And I mean, I don't remember exactly what all I planted in there. I know it was a lot of stuff. I don't know if some of it died or not, but I'm just happy to see stuff's growing. Flowers are blooming. I see pepper flowers on there. So I'm just happy this area is doing okay. So now we're gonna go look at the pepper plants I planted in the ground on the other side of my house. This was an experiment, and it seems to be doing really, really good. My rose bush isn't doing good over here. There is an AC unit, hopefully it's not too loud, but let's look at these real quick. So there's 2 peppers on the left, the fig plant in the middle, and 2 more pepper plants on the right. And to be honest, these pepper plants actually look better than the ones that are in the garden fence. So really happy with this experiment right here. And then my rose bush, there is no roses on it currently. Got some wild pieces I need to either attach or cut. But I need to also cut off all the dead flowers as well and give it some food. And, oh, there's Ghost. What's wrong? Are you hungry? Well, you guys, that's basically everything that's going on in the garden right now. It is getting hot. It is humid. I've been getting attacked by mosquitoes basically this whole time. So I think that's where I'm going to end it. If y'all have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe so you can stay tuned for my next garden tour to see how quickly everything changes. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Hope to see you in the next one.